Alrighty, gang.
Kind of quiet. Don't make any funny faces. I will crack.
What? Huh? What? Oh, he's singing in 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Oh, I've been watching. I've been studying.
You've been studying.
I've been studying the blade.
The blade. Been studying the blade, the bear and the dice. Hello and welcome to another episode for a long time of Rolling with Reddit. Meet a special guest. We have Nikki, the Goblin GM.
Hello. Hi, everyone. It's me, Nikki. Dude, is this where I talk about?
Tell them
Okay, hi. You can find me online at Nikki the Goblin GM on Blue Sky, on Instagram. I'm also on StartPlaying.games, where I'm a professional dungeon master, where you can play a fantasy character and maybe romance an NPC or smooch an eldritch entity, whatever floats your boat.
Wonderful. And of course we have Crystal.
Hello.
Who you're all probably very familiar with at this point.
At this point.
And I'm James. I realized that I stopped at whatever point, stopped introducing myself on the channel altogether.
Which is crazy, because...
What if someone just popped in?
Yeah,
know
no,
who
they're
you
just
are.
like, it's Crystal, and it's Crystal and Emma and Nikki and that one ginger guy. But with that being said, we have no announcements at the top of this little episode here, but we do have a choice to make, Nikki.
Yes.
As our guest, you get to pick which story that we read first, based on the author's name. The first option that we have is Rivers Twisted or Zoo Z Waves.
I like both of these names, but let's start with Zuzi Waves.
Zoo Z Waves. Alrighty, starting off with a banger. Title of this one reads, My DM ignored my boundary that I addressed in session 0, and yet I stayed for a year in that campaign.
Why would you do that? I'm heated already.
It's like, is it not a hard boundary if you were able to stay for a year?
Well,
We'll find out.
this story was written a month ago. Which I'm only saying because I feel like it's important to know.
That's good context.
Because this has to do with technology.
Oh.
Any guesses?
Is it AI related?
No.
No.
Fucking damn it.
The story reads, Basically, it was my first time playing D&D or any tabletop game ever. I joined an online group, and I said at the end of session 0 that I am a very big enemy of AI, and I kindly ask to not mention it or use it with me. Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
I don't know, it felt weird to bring up in tabletop because I don't picture tabletop in AI.
Oh.
So, you've been
Crystal.
blessed.
I guess I
I'm
have.
so blessed. There are
I'm sheltered, it's
GMs, not to knock any GMs and start playing, but there are a lot of GMs, professional GMs, that use AI for character art, for player tokens, and are staunchly like, I have to use this because otherwise I'm stealing artwork from somebody else, or I can't draw myself. And it's like, one, AI is stealing. Hi, I'm so sorry to be political here. AI is stealing artwork. It's not new. It's not making a new thing. It's stealing artwork. And also, most artists are willing to offer you something, but also stock photos, pick crew. There's so many things you can do without using fucking AI.
Yep.
And also, if you're a pro GM and people are paying you fucking money, like, please don't use AI. Like, anyway.
Yep.
Also, if you have artists at your table, that is going to immediately make them not feel comfortable because it is like stealing their work.
Yep.
It's directly attacking what they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also like to take this moment and say, if you guys are looking for an asset to use for like creating NPCs or character art, we use something on the channel for our one-shots called Portrait Works. It's made by World Spinner. It's preloaded art assets made by actual artists. It works just like creating a character in a video game, where you can like filter through the different races, nose types, mouth types, hair types, armor, equipment, clothing, you name it. and it's really good and affordable. We use it all the time. However, one thing I was going to say was, yes, also not just art, but also things like plot hook ideas.
That's right,
generators.
GMs.
Yes. Yes.
Why are you
here? I will go on record of saying, early on when ChatGPT was coming out, I did use it to put my ideas into a format that I wanted, and then I learned of the, environmental issues and the efficacy issues and stopped using it altogether.
Yeah.
But like, there are people who have not had that full eye-opening awakening and still use it even beyond what I was doing, which was just like, hey, make me a +1 sword that does a grapple condition, like make the text for me and put it so I can put it into D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's people who go above and beyond in that regard.
I mean, a full campaign for level 1 to 20.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the story goes on to read. A few sessions in, I came to the realization that my DM uses AI for everything. Every NPC, every location, every picture, inside and outside of the games, not even putting the effort to look up the D&D rules or pictures on Google. Only AI. I talked to him, I see your faces. I talked to him about it multiple times, even gave solutions, asking him to simply take pictures from Google Images or not generate every AI slop art of an elf with large breasts because there are no pictures with the skin color I want, quote unquote, or something close to it. He could not even make jokes on his own, making ugly AI pictures of monsters with big dicks whenever there was a big monster in the session. Hell, I even offered to draw NPCs in locations for him, since I'm a digital artist with 4 years of experience. Anything to see less of his heinous AI art he was using. Even for my personal quests, but he declined my help instead of addressing my request. He was making me give reasons to my session 0 boundary and was brushing off each and every one of them, saying I exaggerate or that the other players don't mind, so I should adapt.
No, actually, that's not what you don't adapt to a boundary.
It's about.
Hi.
You stayed for a year?
I'm so sorry to this person who stayed for a year, and this DM was just like, hey, I understand that you were offering me free labor. That's good free labor. That's a part of what your fucking degree is, but I'm not going to use it because I think AI is the way of the future. I go feral whenever my players put up like, hey, I drew this thing just out of nowhere from our session. I'm like, cool, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on my wall, and I'm going to cry about it. Like, if a player offered, like, hey, can I draw the NPCs for your game so you're not having to use a pit crew or, stealing artwork, because I'm a horrible thief of artwork. I'm so sorry, everybody, but I don't use AI. But they're like, yeah, let me draw these. I'm just like, cool. Free games for you. Yes, free games. That's the only way I can pay you, but free games. The idea that this man is like, no, I think AI is superior to my player who's actively in this game, and I could see their images of my story that I'm telling them, but it's not his story. He's using fucking AI.
Yep.
I hate this man. I hate this DM.
Oh my God.
It goes on to say, it was weird because my DM was very open to conversation about everything else and always listened to me and other players in every other aspect. I tried to leave the campaign multiple times, but I wanted to have someone to play D&D with too, so I stayed. But I was very vocal about him not listening to me. I tried 3 other D&D groups, but all of them were very poorly organized. I tried to join some other online D&D groups, but the time zone differences was too big, and I can't roll dice at 4 a.m. I tried to find some people to play with in real life in my city, but the only option I found was in a tabletop bar too pricey for a college student, where people were huge anti-D&D, Warhammer and Call of Cthulhu fans, interested only in dark, brutal, and gritty. There's this last little section, and then we can dive into some of the top comments and further break the story down a little bit. After 3 months of no D&D, with a DM who needed AI assistance to even make a prayer for a deity he made, or AI made it for him, I'm not sure at this point which of his ideas were truly his. Due to scheduling problems and being busy with college, I decided to leave that group for good. The DM and that group was my first ever experience with D&D, but I am not discouraged to play D&D again, because I still have hope that there are good DMs and players out there, and I like the system. Maybe one day I will play as a DM myself, since I have experience with writing roleplay stories for friends, but there will be no AI, and it will not be tolerated ever again, even if I won't have any D&D because of it.
Good, proud of you. There are great GMs out there that do not use AI and won't trample on your boundaries. Me, James, there's so many people online that are up at whatever your time zone is, because there are people who are like, I'm awake at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that works for wherever you are in your time zone.
I can find out where they are. I can just hack the mainframe real quick.
No,
Okay.
let's not do that.
I won't find out where Zuzi Waves is.
But if you're listening, Zuzi Waves,
Oh, yes.
hit us up.
Yeah, join.
We'll find you someone.
We will find you somebody.
Nikki's links are top of the description down there.
If you want. I am pricey, but I'm worth it.
Yes, and there's also the Discord that you can join, or you can reach out to us directly if you want. Let's dive into some of these top comments.
Yes, please.
We have one here by David Hoggins.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
Hello.
It says, I too am an anti-AI. That's hard to say. But from the moment you noticed that he was doing it and decided to stay, you can...
No, David. No.
David.
Hey, you know what that is? That sounds like some gaslighting bullshit. Hey, some people can't find a group, and it's unfortunate, and you don't... You tolerate a lot. The royal you tolerate a lot for opportunities to have connection with people in this role-playing game. And a lot of people will grit their teeth, especially when you're brand new to this system. Like, you don't realize how badly that boundary crossing is until you've experienced it. And now this person, a year later, even though it did take them a year, is... moving towards not doing that again. So saying like, well, you condone it, it's like, no. Bad David. Shame on you.
Bad David.
I revoke my hello.
I revoke my hello. Goodbye,
David Hoggins. Goodbye.
Don't, but I mean, I will just go ahead and say this as well. AI art, a boundary about romance, a boundary about gore, a boundary about whatever small minor thing, a boundary about like, hey, can you not mention teeth? Whatever your boundary is in session 0, if your group is doing a session 0, your GM should respect them and keep that open dialogue throughout the entire game, no matter how minor or how major. And if they trample over it or minimize it at any point, leave that table.
Yep, leave that table. And also, it falls on the responsibility of not just you as a player, but also them as a game master. If you have an issue that you're not seeing eye to eye on, the goal is not to tell either one of you to compromise. It's just say, hey, this isn't going to work.
Honestly, again, I don't want to agree with this GM, but if I were this GM, I would have told this person, I need AI to write my campaign and do the art and everything, and if that's going to be a non-starter for you, maybe my table's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of people come to my table and I'm like, by the way, this is a romance game. If you are not okay with romance, please do not spend the time or the energy trying to make this game work for you. You'll be better off playing at a different table. It shouldn't be offensive, and if people take offense to that, you got to do your own work personally. But like, if you're going to be spending hours of mental time and energy to play in a fantasy little game to escape the world outside, you should be safe about it and not compromise on things that fucking irritate you. Because you won't escape into the fantasy world if you're sitting there thinking, I'm looking at fucking AI slop. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I like my ogres with small penises, thank you. Anyway, our next story here by Rivers Twisted. Title reads, Guy joins my campaign and hacks another player's laptop.
I'm so sorry. What?
Why?
That's wild.
Maybe they were trying to find out where Zuzi Waves lives. That's
No,
very
don't.
understandable.
Hey, leave Zuzi Waves alone.
Sorry.
They've dealt with enough.
They've dealt with enough technology fucking up their stuff.
The story reads, a while back, I was running an online D&D campaign with a small group of online friends and mutuals. We had a great vibe going, everyone showed up, roleplayed well, and we laughed a lot. It was one of those groups where everyone just clicked. And then we let a new guy join.
It's always the new guy.
It's always the new guy.
His name, can you guess?
Was it Matt?
No.
Damn. Scott?
Jason.
No.
What's
Alrighty.
another?
One more guess.
That's another typical.
James.
Eric.
Oh, okay.
His name was Eric. At first, he seemed fine, a little awkward, but that's pretty normal for new players. He knew the rules, was engaged, and genuinely seemed excited to be part of the game. For a while, there was no reason to suspect anything weird. Then he started paying a lot of attention to one of the women in the group, Sarah. He constantly complimented her. Things like, your character voice is so good, or you're so creative, or you have such a cute laugh. It was subtle, but off. He started messaging her outside of sessions too, talking about her character, but slipping in things like, I feel like our characters really connect because we do too.
Tale as old as time.
Truly.
I don't have enough fingers on my hand to say how many times that this has happened to me, both as a player and as a GM.
Yeah.
Look, I'm never gonna tell anybody not to shoot your shot, but also like take the first no.
You gotta take the first no, but also there's a certain level of social awareness you have to have, I think, as a person.
Yep.
And when that fails, take the first no.
Yep.
Also, just from like an actor's POV, it's like, yes, you're gonna be dealing with emotions, but you gotta remember it's a game.
I literally had a guy one time, doing my GMing thing, and a hot NPC looks at him and goes, "Hi," and he went, "Oh, is Nikki flirting with me?" And I'm like, "No, not even a little bit. It's the NPC." Jesus.
It went from awkward to uncomfortable pretty fast. Sarah tried to brush it off at first, but it kept happening. Oh.
I'm so sorry, Sarah.
Oh no, I'm gonna cringe. He'd ask if she was single, make quote-unquote jokes about being her knight in shining armor, and tell her goodnight like they were dating. I started keeping an eye on it because it was clearly crossing a line. Then one night, we were playing Overwatch in voice chat, and she brought up to me that her laptop was acting weird.
I just remembered the time.
It's two horror stories in one.
The laptop thing too. I think that's why I clicked on this one, because I read the first half.
Yeah,
and I was
no,
like,
you saw it, I felt it, it happened.
Is it Meatball?
No,
Oh,
it's
phone. I'm surprised.
I'm
he's
so
not.
glad. I was like, I don't want to be weird, but also, and I still
The phone
failed.
was falling, by the way.
The phone was falling, and I touched Crystal's butt. I'm so sorry, Crystal.
there you
Apologies.
go.
That was consensual.
Oh, okay.
Discord kept logging her out. Files were missing. Things were glitching. Once she swears that her camera turned on, even though she didn't open the app for it.
No, thank you.
Jail.
Jail. That's jail. That's actually a crime. That's actually a crime. This is like, hey, no, we're doing a little laugh about it, but this is actually a fucking crime.
Yeah, this is bad. This is like get the police involved bad. She joked that maybe her computer was haunted. I was like, weird. Try hard restarting it or something. I'm not much of a tech guy. A few days later, Eric was being his typical weird, but not too far. But then he mentioned something about something adorable Sarah had on her desk. This caused her to freak out because she hadn't really shown her room to any of us. She messaged me this, and at that point, we were both creeped out, and I had enough. I messaged him privately and told him his behavior was unacceptable, and I had to remove him from the campaign. That's when he just admitted everything. No hesitation. He told me that a link he sent her wasn't a real resource, it was a phishing link with malware. He had actually installed spyware on her laptop because he, quote, wanted to get to know her better. He said it like it was a normal thing, like that somehow made it okay. We kicked him from the group immediately, blocked him everywhere, and helped Sarah clear her system. She ended up getting rid of that laptop entirely just to be safe.
Yeah.
We wanted to report him, but he deleted his Discord account and completely vanished. So yeah, moral of the story, I don't know, don't click on links even from your fellow players if you're not sure.
No.
And that's where that story ends.
I am so sorry, Sarah. That's terrifying. Eric, wherever you are.
Eric?
Fuck you, man.
Eric, when I get you, Eric?
Eric, when I catch you, Eric. Eric, when I catch you, Eric.
I do not want to just stop.
That's so fucking scary. And I hate that we live in this society where someone can just be like, I just want to get to know you better, and send you fucking malware to spy on you, and because they're just so into you. Be safe out there, everybody. We want to trust our online friends, but also if it quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck, don't click the link.
But that's like he hit it so well because you're in the middle of a game together.
It sounded like it was during like their Discord conversations where he was being like, "You're so cool. We get along really well. Good night, my sweetheart. I'm just your white knight."
He told her it was a like game resource.
Game resource link.
So it's like,
yeah.
And you're in the middle of you want to trust your fellow players. I understand why you fell for the link.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This is not. At no point am I saying that that I'm blaming Sarah for this. Absolutely not. How dare you rely on people's willingness to believe that, trust that you're sending them something that they need. I'm glad you got your, just threw away your laptop. I'm glad that you had the means to do that. And I hope that never happens to you again. And again, Eric, if I ever catch you in a dark alley or at a Denny's at 3 a.m., it's on.
I was going to dive into some of these top comments, but unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of going over just the aspects of like everyone claiming that, this is illegal, actual crime, charges should be pressed, and people going over the legal parameters of someone having an account deleted, how incompetent police are with general technology, and how it'd be so difficult to track this guy down. So not a lot for us to actually commentate on, with the exception of, Eric, I hope you get fucking caught.
And let me just say that again, we started this kind of as like a, ooh, cringe guy hitting on a girl that definitely is not into him. Again, hey friends, if you're playing at a table, you get emotionally involved with other people at the table. That's fine, that's normal, and you're not weird for feeling that. Social awareness, check the vibe, check the table, check with other people. And if someone tells you, hey, I'm uncomfortable with this, or hey, let's stop here, or even just a hard no, accept that and do what needs to be done to protect your own peace. And if you go further, like this guy did, I hope your pillow remains warm, and I hope you stub your pinky toe on every corner of a table. Genuinely.
Motherfucker. With that being said, I think that's all that we have for this particular episode. And I'm going to say this in the hopes that I get this episode out before this event happens. Mm-hmm. We will all be at PAX Unplugged.
Yay!
If you are a passive TTRPG player and are also going to be in Philadelphia for that convention, please reach out to us on Discord. We are more than happy to meet up with people, take selfies, talk about other shit that's maybe a little more bright side than the topics that we had here today. But for the most part, thank you guys for tuning in. Nikki, please tell the audience again just where they can find you, what you do, and how amazing you are.
Hi, again, it's me, Nikki. You can find me online as Nikki the Goblin GM pretty much everywhere, but especially on startplaying.games. Come play with me and my tables. We're very safe, a lot of safety tools, and sorry for hitting the mic. I make sure that you have a very fun, safe, consensual, and memorable time at my table, and there's no weirdos because I scare them off.
And with that being said, Crystal, do you want to tell them where they can find you? I realize I don't do that enough for our actual cast members because it's mostly
they're always here.
I incentivize them to be here, but also you have other cool shit that you do.
Do I?
Yeah, you cosplay, and you are going to be getting into streaming, I think, or reaction video stuff.
Reaction videos, but
that's down the line. Stay tuned. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you all in the next episode of Rolling with Reddit. Bye bye for now.